Okay, so we're going to look at more selectors. So let's look at more selectors. So when we get back to our cascading style sheet, see this is the body selector, but there's what we call the general selector. Now we've looked at the element selector, the ID selector, and the class selector. But there's one other selector known as you can call it the universal selector, call it the Css Universal Selector. So you can use it to select every other thing. So you find out that mostly they use this for reset. If you want to reset, make sure that everything, because from browsers, they give your web pages their own style. They come with their own style to make anything that is displayed on them, whether it's Google, whether it's Microsoft Edge, whether it's Safari, they come with their own style. So the best way for you to reset them back to everything zero setting is by using the universal selector, and it is represented by this hash, by this star sign. Then you can now put your normal opening and closing curly brackets. So this is where you now type in your style. So if I say text align, if I say text align and I align this very text to the center, that means that every text is going to be at the center. So this is like the universal selector, call it the universal selector. It selects all HTML elements on the page. So that is what that will do. So I can also come down here and give it more. So I can say that I want the color of all the text to be blue. So this is going to give all the text blue color. So if I go back to the web page now, see that everything is now in the middle. So the only thing that will not be in the middle is anyone that you don't want it to be in the middle. So if you had given any other extra, styling, then it will come with that. So you can see everything in the middle. Then all the colors are all in blue. So except when you go to the various elements, you assign any other thing there, it will not carry it. So, but this one will represent the style for the whole page. Then you can also continue to style more. So this is where you can put things like your font, general font style, and other things, your box sizing, your padding, everything. You can put your normal padding. What they normally use this to do is that they do things like your margin, reset your margin, make sure that your margin is 0 pixels. Then your padding, make sure that it is also 0 pixels. So those are the two most important things. Then you can pick your font color as well. So save. So this is what we call the universal selector. Universal selector, very, very important. So you can now see, when you get here now, you can see that there was a space here before, but now there is no space now again. So it has taken out all the space, both up and down. If I go back here now, and I come here and I comment out this very code, once I comment it out and save it, if I get back here, you see now there's spacing here. So this spacing now, all this spacing, most things now are having their own spacing. Even the space between this one and this one, there is more space because the browser gives this page space. This Google Chrome is giving padding and margin on its own, which is not supposed to be so. So what you need to do is to make sure that you take it out by using this. So if I come back here now again and I do controls, I take it out and I now save and I get back here, you see, no more spacing, no more padding, no more margin. So it has taken out all the padding padding and the margins. So I can even come here and give it a font family for all of them. So I can pick a font family here and save, so that it will not be using that font. You can see the font has changed, so you can see the website is changing. So anything you assign here is what the whole element is going to abide by that. So this is known as the universal selector. Then apart from the universal selector, you can also combine elements. So let's say I want my H1, H2, and H3, all of them to be of the same, say color. If I want all of them to be of the same color, so instead of assigning all this red, blue, the way I did it here, I can simply come here and say H1, comma, H2, comma, H3. So I can assign all of them single color of, say, I'm assigning all of them the same color of, say, blue. I don't know whether blue will be okay. Yeah, let me use blue. So I've assigned all of them blue. So I now come here. I'll take out this blue here. So since all of them are having color of blue and they are sharing that blue color, you can simply come in here and put all of them. So let me also put here test align and assign my test align to center. So you can see now H1, H2, and H3, I want all of them to be blue. So even without putting separating the blue in all of them, you can use the comma sign to take all the various elements or the various selectors. Could be class, it could be ID. So give all of them the same color. So that is what has happened here. So very, very important. You can use comma to pick more than one selector and assign them the same value of a property. So that is what is happening there. So finally, there's also what we call, if you want to make sure that you're picking a particular, let's say you want to style a particular P tag that has a class. Let's say now I come inside here. This is a P tag. Now I come inside here and assign a class of say center. So I assign a class of center to this very P tag. So you can see that this is a P tag and it has a class of center. But there could be another P tag that doesn't have the class of center. So I can still assign more P tags. Say I come here inside my contactors. I have a P tag here, but does not have the class of center. So I want to assign only this P tag that has the class of center. So it has to be a P tag. It also has to be a class of center. Say I have a UL that has a class of center. I don't want that one. I want only the P tag, the class of center that is inside a P tag. So if I want to be that specific, I can also say that I want, first of all, a P tag. Then I use dot. That means that center class must be inside of the P tag. So when you use dot, it means that it's part of. So what is here is actually part of what is here on the other side. So that is what we use dot. But when you use comma, it simply means you want to combine as many selectors as possible. But when you use dot, it simply means that the selector is actually inside this other selector. So that very P tag, I want to assign the text align. I want it to be actually center. Okay, if I save this now and I get back, so I find out that only the P tag that has the class of center will be the one that is centered. Okay, so let me check this. So I have this P tag here and I also have it here. Okay, so this one is centered. You can see that this one is centered. this is website where we teach students web development center. But when you get to the contact us, it is not centered here because the one that has that very formatting or that style is the p tag that is inside that has a class of center. So those are the other ways you can use to combine your selectors. So these are known as selector combination. So you can combine by using the comma or using the dot sign. And you can also have your what we call the universal selector in order to reset everything so that you can now start attaching padding and margin. So if you come here now, you can attach padding and margin to this one by one instead of using the initial padding that came with the very what's it called, with the browser that you're using. Okay, so I want you to practicalize this, then we can move forward. So the assignments I'm going to be giving you is that you see that we have these 3 pages: index, form, and contact us. So I want you to add a gallery page that will have a picture, that will have pictures. So you just get like a 4x4 picture, so 16 pictures arranged 4x4. So let them have picture and have a word under them so that we can use that for more practice. So also make sure that you are using a consistent style sheet and make your website to look more styled, better styled. So have your styles for this. So we now have home. So in your assignment now, I want you to have home, application form, contact us. Then you now have gallery, then about us. So I want you to introduce about us will be after this home. Then gallery will be here before the contact us. So develop those pages with your application form pages, style them consistently, and so that from the next class we can continue to style, do individual styling. We're going to learn about the box model. We're going to try to use the various styles like the padding. You learn what the padding is, what the margin is, how to use them in this very web page and make it look better. Is that okay with you?
Super fine, no problem.
Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing and let you share so that you can quickly demonstrate this. Then you can now take the assignment and do. Is that okay?
No, I'll explain.